and we're going to unleash it on the world so that we can be the baddest, badass mofo manifestors right here, right now, for everyone. No exceptions. Don't get it twisted. Always listen. The answer is in the action or inaction. Okay? Let's go deeper on that. What did Sifu just say? What? Welcome to the consciousness of the way. My divine, delectable co-host, Jade.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome.
Howdy doody. Now I feel like we have to say it every time.
To infinity and beyond. And I'm your humble servant and Sifu, Taoist Master I, Quinn. What another miraculous, amazing miracle of a day. Mm-hmm. Another incredibly profound day manifested in this reality, in this simulation, in this ongoing manifestation, desire to reveal the singularity of the oneness that hides deep inside the echo of your mind, realizing that everything is an illusion, that you are the master keeper, creator of your reality.
That's that moment where you go, I got it.
I got it. Again, the sweet serenade, beautiful, it's like honeysuckle tones of that magical shakuhachi flute, Chinese origin based. That's right. For all those haters out there that want to argue the position that it is Japanese in its origin, we're not going to go there. It's almost as if, you have that, where's energy come from, right? That's the next big question. You have different modalities. Energy per se, what does it take?
Yeah, I think everyone just has their own perspective. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really healthy to hear other people's perspectives and also know your own perspective. Yeah.
It's kind of like goes right down to the topic today, which is delving deeper into the understanding the mechanics of manifestation, of a realization, of healing, magic. Don't get it twisted, guys. There is 5,000 different ways to get to the same place, yet people are missing a lot of really deep components in the fundamental understanding. And of course, we here at the Away 126, the consciousness of the way, where we're about to drop a little mid-form mechanics of manifestation that will be paired with the ancient practice of synchronicity and can also be used in concert with the Way 126 experience. And so we always go back to the same path. All roads lead back to the same path.
Yeah. It's like It's like asking somebody what's the best way to raise a child. I mean, I think there's 1,000 different ways,
Right.
and they're all right in their own way.
Right.
You know, it's all just perspective, consciousness, circumstances, the whole thing, and everybody is individual and everyone is different. The one thing we do all have is the same neurology.
Oh yeah, baby. And that's a big thing here, and what Jade and I definitely preach on is understanding the power of your neurology, understanding the power of your senses, and how deep that can go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that realization of how all-powerful you are.
And I think that's one of the components that gets left out is the neurology component, the coherence component, the senses component. When it comes to, you know, people go, hey, I got the code. I broke the code. This is how you manifest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's this, and this.
Yeah. Well, what people need to fundamentally understand is, you've heard the expression ebb and flow. Now that is really the flow, the synchronicity. Everything is oscillating, guys. So everything is interconnected, and understanding that fundamentally is the beginning of the end of the gap of your manifestation skills. Because when you get there, when you realize that, profound things happen. So it comes down to this. You're not going to go out on the ocean with your board, paddle out to the ocean, and wait all day for a wave, let the wave pass you by, and then sort of slowly paddle in. Your whole purpose is to focus on that wave. And when you understand when to strike, when the iron is hot, you'll hit the all-time high, which the volume of information, energy, frequency will be at its maximum, which in turn will evoke a response to what it is that you desire. And so shooting and hitting the target is key.
Yeah. And waiting for that right buildup of that wave.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You look at surfers and they don't surf every single wave. They sit there, they analyze, they go, okay, I can feel it. It's coming. Oh, there it is. I know it. I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And they hit it.
And that then lies in and integrates into what we talk about over and over and over again, the neurology, the synchronicity, the coherence that is necessary for you to manifest, to heal, to create, to cast magic. You must realize that if these things are not synchronized, you're going to be misaligned. You're going to be off target. Things will not roll out the way that you have them in the intention or attention for it to. And
I was going to say, I think that's where people feel frustrated.
Yeah.
Or they feel that disappointment of it didn't happen this time, or, you know, and that can deter a lot of people from wanting to continue or even researching to figure out, okay, what's necessary.
Right. And so, you know, they speak on this stuff, and this goes over and over and over again. Wrap your mind around this. You are eternal, an eternal being, a spirit having a human being experience. That is the sum of your whole simulation right here, right now. And so when you understand that fundamentally, then you realize that when people try to sell you on all this BS, shift your state, shift your identity, change your consciousness, you have to come from a whole different place, you have to be a whole different person. These are all fundamentally in concept, potentially one way to skin the cat, but in reality, it falls back on you generate and gravitate to what is your reality. We always say about the truth is only what you believe. Your truth is the only truth you need to be concerned about. And that means that your fundamental understanding of what is a duality or a singular expression of everything that is the universe, that is the oneness. All is one, one is all. Being the field, the universe, the consciousness, the Tao, God, Buddha, Jehovah, Allah. I don't know, I might have missed somebody. Anyway, to be at that place, that realization is not just something conceptually in your mind. You're fundamentally shifted. So you have to realize every day you get up, do you wear the same underwear? You know where I'm going. It's as simple as that. And when you're able to shift that consciousness into this 3D reality, magic takes place, healings take place, manifestation takes place. And that's all that it takes. So instead of wrapping your mind around the pain and suffering, because everything is generated from one place. If you're coming from a place of duality, then you are going to come from a place of where things are going to be separated. Things are going to be difficult. Things are going to be compartmentalized. Things are going to be so far away from your reach, it seems unobtainable because you have created it. You have constructed it this way. When someone describes, we talk about the linguistics, the understanding about how people frame the language that they use on an unconscious level. Stand back and watch them. When they tell you the work, you know you're in the wrong place. When you're talking about just the simplicity of laws of attraction, like attracts like, you cannot have work and effortless action in the same sentence, because that's the definition of what the Tao really is. Effortless action, the Wu-Ji, the stillness, the oneness, all that is the truth to everything. You are already compartmentalizing your whole perception of your reality just by the words that are coming out of your mouth and how you are looking at what it is that you're attempting to, because it is an attempt. It's not a realization because you've already separated it. You've labeled it as work. It will be work. You proclaim it. There's only two places to be in. You're either thinking, that means you're in a duality, or you're knowing, that means you're the oneness. One of two things, yin and yang, ultimately to the peak. As a Taoist, we talk about the two sides of the coin, yin and yang, and the whole journey that you have within this reincarnation as an eternal being, having a human being experience, is to come to that realization that duality comes to a point of oneness. And you realize, Shazam, now I'm operating a fifth dimensional reality within the 3D reality that everyone else perceives. Only you're watching things change real time, because that's how the field works. That's how the universe works. That's how the Tao works. And it has to do with your neurology.
Oh, I was just going to say, a personal experience for me is I would always say in my head, oh, I have to do this. I have to do the laundry. I have to do the dishes. I have to drive to the grocery store, whatever. And then it would always feel overwhelming, or so many things that have to get done. And I took that one day and I changed it to, instead of have, I said I get. So everything was like, I get to go to the grocery store. I get to do the dishes. I get to do these things. And it was like, that was like an instant change, at least for me, on my level to just kind of come from that different perspective of
Mm-hmm.
like, it was almost like a gift of like, I'm getting something,
Right.
whether it was, what most people would consider a chore or a to-do list. It was like I was getting something.
Right.
And the second I just shifted that little thing, all of a sudden things didn't feel like to-do lists. They just felt like these things that I get. And that goes back to the importance of linguistics and really how powerful, even if you're just saying it in your own mind, how changing and tweaking little things has such a big effect.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, we go back to the foundation, the framework, the understanding that things are happening on a neurological level. They're ingrained, imprinted into your DNA. This is how you're operating. You're resonating the things because you are holding on to this fractional, in-depth imprinting of your DNA that goes back 20 generations, 30 generations, 100 generations. This is all going on with your operation right here in this 3D reality, right here, right now. It's happening. So remember, the perspective of oneness, the realization of oneness is that you are the simulator. This body is the simulator, the virtual reality simulator, the tuning fork. And guess what? You are using this as the transmitter because your consciousness is everything. It is not contained to this physical container. This is an anchor for your spirit. It is not your spirit. It is not your consciousness. Your consciousness is everything. Oneness. All is one, one is all. When you hit that and you're operating in that fourth, fifth dimensional reality, it's not going to be I don't know, am I doing it? It's going to happen instantaneously. It's going to happen at will. Wherever your eyes go, wherever your mind goes, the energy flows. Remember this. Attention, intention, manifestation, blammo. And manifestation is only related to things that people want so badly. I mean, it's infantile in its nature. These are low-level wants. I want money. I want a badass car. I want a charmed life. That's all good and well. But there's such small achievements, guys, in this reality. Yet, guess what? Just to solidify your consciousness, we're going to give you the architecture so you can obtain these, what you would consider unbelievable gains, unbelievable achievements. And now, then once you obtain that, you use this system, this architecture, and then now let's go out and do some fundamental, mind-blowing stuff with humanity. Forget about just manifesting a bag of money, a fast car, a hot chick, $1 million house. These are all infantile things. They are not at very high levels of manifestation, and they will be handed to you like people hand out throwaway candy at Halloween. And then you'll come to a huge shocker because that synchronization is so easy to obtain when you understand how to do it, that the rippling effects, knowing when to ride that wave, to hit it at the Death Star moment, to create your manifestation all day, every day, at will, blam, 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 is all got to do with the mechanisms and the synchronizing, which I have heard of a book by I think it's a title, Ancient Practices of Synchronicity. Oh, yeah. How to manifest and realize you are the universe. Mm-hmm. Blammo. Because that oneness is the big deal. That's the one where all of a sudden anything is possible. You're going to hit that with our guidance. Mm-hmm. And you are going to have what people would define as the most charmed life. It's good to be me.
It is good to be me.
Yes, it is good to be me. Yeah. So understanding those fundamentals, guys, and, the neurology is key. Understanding where you get the supercharge from, the supercharge that comes from the visual and audible experience, creating a kinesthetic response, the infrastructure, the architecture. It starts from the seed, the echo of the infinite abundance of the black hole within a proton that is within your physical body, and you have trillions of them, and they all interconnect, and then they interconnect with the simulation of the field. It's like it's literally like connecting the dots, and you are always connected. But when you have a manifestation, when you have a healing, when you have magic, wherever your eyes go, the energy flows. Wherever your mind goes, the energy flows. All you do is move that. This simulator creates whatever reality that you want at will instantly. So when you ride that wave, you hit that peak, and you cast your magic, your manifestation, your healing, it is instantaneous. Booyah. And so we talk about the syncing. We talk about the brain, the heart, the gut, the synchronization, the electromagnetic connection, electric, magnetic, Shazam. That is the coherence, syncing the 0.1 hertz experience that connects you with the earth and the universe, which makes you one bad-ass manifester. And this is what it takes. Mm-hmm. Is aligning that, but it starts at a proton level all the way up to the highest energy center that you can obtain, which is infinite. But let's just start from some basic stuff where you're syncing up the first 9, and you'll have the most charmed existence. You won't know what to do with yourself, and you'll be manifesting all day, every day, as if you're the grand wizard of magical realizations. And it's that simple. But you must understand the architecture to obtain that. Dismiss the identity shifting. Dismiss in concept, it seems necessary, but you are going to be shifted to the oneness. That doesn't matter. Your personality is on the side. You don't have to shift your identity to obtain that. It's already you. It's already you. Do people get this? You don't have to shift anything. You are it. The peppering of your life experiences is irrelevant when you tune yourself and you get the synchronization I'm talking about, that Jade is talking about. It doesn't matter all the other gobbledygook that people get you to twist your mind around, the self-improvement guys, the manifestation guys. Man, these are ancient practices. They've been going for thousands of years. I give credit and kudos to all the people that are putting the pieces together. I found the secret code. I know what it is, guys. I know. We've had the code. We've had the synchronization, the synchronicity for thousands of years, and we're not stumbling around looking for it. It's in our hot little hands to share with you. And so all this back and forth and up and down and in and out, it's already in front of us. Simple. And so understanding the mechanisms is all it takes, and we always return back to the same place, which is the neurology. This is a simulator. This is the thing that's going to shift you. It's going to get you that gut feeling, which is synchronized from the heart, the brain. You get that 0.1 hertz synchronization, boom, boom. You have the heart, the brain is activated, mirroring the heart's signaling, creating a mirror in the gut, which gives you that gut feeling that is the resonating thing that you can use as a barometer to determine what is right and what is wrong. You must synchronize it so it's right every single time. That is part of the architecture. That is part of the methodology. That is part of the system. But be very clear, this is a simulator. No matter how far out you go in your consciousness, people claim they're at the 89th dimension. I don't care what it is. When you start dancing with the expansion of consciousness, you're everything. And that means you get to experience everything. You're given this incredible high-tech ancient tool, the physical body, that is primed to be perfection, and it is from day one. You have it all. And that simulator is necessary, that kinesthetic response, visual, audible experience, kinesthetic response, that comes from the Way 126 experience. We've taken all the guessing work out of it. All you need to do is get your Christmas list. All you need to do is get your bucket list. All you need to do is get whatever hell list you want, and let's start banging them out. However long the list, you're going to start crossing them off one after another, because you got the secret sauce. We're going to hand you the secret sauce that is going to craft and create your wildest dreams into reality.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess I think about it a little bit like a firefighter. They get everything. They do this miracle thing of fighting a fire, walking through fire, being around fire. But to do that, they have their suit. They have their helmet, they have their boots, they have their protective gear, they have everything that they need to be able to go in to do all of that. They have their hose, they have, all their things to be successful every single time. Somebody just telling you, hey, think about it and manifest is like telling an average person with nothing on, hey, go run in the house that's burning and put it out with your bottle of water. It's like, no, you need certain tools. You need everything on. You need it synchronized. And then you can go fight a fire. You can go walk through a fire. And it's like, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you. That's that moment that's necessary and the tools that are necessary. And that's what we're giving you, which I think a lot of other people have the idea like, we can all fight fires, but they're missing these little tools and these little components that yes, we can, but to be successful, you have to have all of these in alignment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because this is where, and I do this, I've had students for decades, all walks of life, anything you can think of. Sifu, I'm a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine. Sifu, I am a general MD. Sifu, I am a doctor of chiropractic. Sifu, I am a doctor of acupuncture. Sifu, I am a master masseuse or therapist. Sifu, I am a master energy healer. They all come back to the same place because they get very limited by their modality, where they've come from, their mindset, their ability to manifest and create change, manifestation, healing, magic. And they're like, I need the extra secret sauce. The Tao's always going to give it to you, baby. Oh, yeah. And so when you understand how those mechanics work, all this other stuff is irrelevant. It really is. Because everything is instant. Anyone that sells you the story that it's going to take you a while to warm up and we'll see how you go and you'll get there over time, no. Heightened levels of consciousness is instantaneous. And you feel it. I've explained it to you in somewhat of a depth, but I'm going to explain it to you in a greater depth in our upcoming mid-form explanation. And you are going to be mind blown because that's a knowing. It's not thinking. If you're thinking, forget it. You're done. If you're thinking. And so the idea of identity shifting, and you've got to change your personality. You've got to come from a place of abundance, not from a place of lack, and all this other blah, 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 blah. I like it. I think conceptually it makes sense. But this has all got to do with, it's more than a feeling. That's it. Because that's really what we're talking about here. And so you can have the mind of a maniac, but if you have that strike at the iron is hot moment and you've synchronized, and that is nowhere to be seen, and you are the field, you are the oneness, you don't manifest anything that's in your mind or anything on a list. And we've talked about the visualization thing. There's contemplation, there's visualization, there's meditation. These are all interesting entry points. Realize that it's like that. It's that simple. You just got to synchronize, and the synchronization is not as hard as you think it is. And people are always like, get to these 4 places of the highest place of coherence, love, gratitude, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I would agree. I've written papers on it. I explain the synchronization. Yet, I can get through the gateway of your physical body and generate the synchronization through vision, sound, and then evoking a kinesthetic response, which is the register that tells you you're there. You don't have to go through and determine whether you're in a place of gratitude. It is happening regardless. You're just there. You know?
Yeah. So
let's cut through all the BS and come to the realization that when this sequence is released, and we've written a book about it, but now we're going to release the sequence to cut through the red tape, we have the aha moment. We've created a contemporary offering of an ancient practice. It gives you the Death Star moment. It evokes the kinesthetic response, which is the register to say you're here. That means at face value, you don't have to think about anything. You are knowing. That feeling is the knowing. Put out whatever you want. Think whatever you want. Create it. Manifest it into your reality. That is the simplicity of it. Once the feeling is there, the feeling, how simple the feeling. That's it. That's all you need.
And then you just do it as many times as you want.
Do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
The one of the side effects I will tell you is you're going to expand your life. You're going to maintain this resonation, this frequency and resonation activates a brainwave state that you stay in all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Imagine the highest level of consciousness, but being so pliable, so relaxed, so chill. And the studies are out. We've done EEGs on people when they go through the 126 experience. The neurology speaks for itself. You are just high as a kite. Mm-hmm. And that's the place you need to be to create your reality, shift to change. And the information people that are the seekers and searchers constantly, never ever satisfied. I've heard this over and over and over again. And they dismiss the simplicity of how powerful the Tao is. That's the mistake. Remember, right from the Jade Emperor. The student is the teacher is the student. Big mistake. Blammo. That's the mistake. And so understand the black hole, the frequency that is basically a vortex of infinite, abundant, timeless, endless, limitless source. That's what it is. That's happening inside you at a proton level. That's what synchronizes you into the field. That's what makes it possible to manifest. Oh yeah. Enough of this identity, schmanity stuff. Because guess what? You're going to still wake up tomorrow and decide whether you like McDonald's or not. That does not dismiss you from resonating in these frequencies and creating the brain waves and the coherence that's necessary. It's a structured, architectured methodology system that generates that. Stop trying to erase yourself. Time waster. It will happen on its own. This is what part of it is. All the stuff that you've been distracted by in your reality over and over and over and over again. Oh, I didn't get 3 bowls of rice when I was 5. Oh, Mom and Dad told me we were going to go to Toys R Us and it never happened. You know, I mean, and people truly get distracted by this, and their energy goes to this every single day. Every time you focus your attention on emotions, you love yourself one little bit less. You love your others around you one little bit less. Your realization of how completely full of yourself and your need and desire to entertain this infantile basically thought that, remember, everything is a thought, emotion, and a feeling, and you're chasing the nugget. You're going there unnecessarily. It's your choice. But with that, once again, where the thoughts go, the energy flows. And you've heard this expression before. I was in a room with a bunch of people, and oh my God, I'm exhausted. The mother that has the 5 kids that says, oh my God, I just need a break. I need a vacation for 3 days. My question to you is, why did you have the 5 kids to start with? Because truly, children are our teachers. They are in this incredible state of mind that we, Jade and I, teach people to get back to regress back to the face value of having a childlike state, a mind like a child. They're our teachers, guys. Because that's where the magic, the secret sauce takes place. The secret sauce, imagination, childlike. Mm-hmm. You stay there all day, every day, your life is going to be unreal in every sense of the word. You will not be able to contain the rippling effects of how anything and everything that you imagine in your mind turns into reality, affecting place, person, and thing, energy, spirit of God, matter, chi, or spirit. Blammo, it's instantaneous. It's happening to you right now. That's the simplicity of it. Yet, no, I need to talk more. I need to go deep down the rabbit hole with my therapist to twist my mind inside and out, to own my feelings. You know, if I had a penny for how many times that I've erased people's PTSD or need to identify. This is the identity thing. You want to talk about identity shifts? All these systems where they're like, this is the therapy to help you find yourself. This is the therapy to fix your addiction. But we've surrendered our abilities to change this, to do this, to putting it in a category where I don't know where this happened, but all of a sudden someone in a white lab coat is telling us that you can think this way, you can feel this way. And this is the system that's going to help you fix it after we spend the last 20 years of your life in a padded cell or in some type of therapy or identifying as your sickness. This comes back to the epigenetic model. Your thoughts change your reality. You're a product of your environment. You switch on and off your gene expression with your thoughts alone. That in of itself, coupled with a quantum physics model, understanding that we are all interconnected, we've referred to it, we reference the entanglement, the understanding that from a proton level, we are connected to everything. Source, light, energy, frequency, information, instantly at our fingertips. The biggest separator is separating. That you have to identify something. So when it comes to therapy, they want you to own it. They don't want you to dismiss it. They don't want you to let it go. Now, look, we've talked about this. The brain doesn't know between something that's created or something it's experienced real time. It's all the same. Oh, but Sifu, there's all these chemical imbalances. You can't say this. This person has fundamentally a disorder, a chemical disorder, a chemistry disorder, and it's so much more than just, saying it's just you've picked the story, you've created the story. No, they are looking down the barrel of something that is a thought, emotion, and a feeling that is connected to their neurology that is repeating the same thing over and over again. Over and over again. What difference is that from what someone's experiencing when they want to manifest anything and everything in their wildest imaginations? Not a damn thing. And that's the problem. Because people will anchor this type of realization to some type of external chemical that's supposedly going to equalize this. It's still a thought, feeling, and emotion.
I feel like a lot of people who want to keep the power of this information get kind of upset because it's like we're sharing a lot of it.
Right.
And when you truly feel it and you know it and you live the oneness, all you want to do is share. That's all that, like, you can truly tell the people or the gurus or the physicists or anyone who's truly in that oneness, because they cannot stop talking about it to anyone. And they were like, ask me anything I want. It like seeps out of you. You just have to share it. You want to share it. You have to empower people, because it is so magical when you get to that point that anybody that goes like, oh, like, you know, how, stop telling the secrets, stop giving away the code, stop, do it, you know. We get people telling us that all the time, and it's like, you're missing it. You're searching for the power or the ego or whatever it is, and it's like you're missing when you truly feel that oneness, because every you or me, I am you, all is one, one is all. All you want to do is spread it.
Right, because you have access just like I do. The only difference is I got the GPS before you did, so I'm going to hand you the GPS.
Yeah.
That's all. You're going to get to the same place. You're going to evoke the same stuff. Understand this. Know this to be true. Know that when you hear this echo in your mind, this will shift your reality fundamentally forever. Knowing that is as simple as a thought, feeling, and an emotion, which is a rippling effect that synchronizes the heart with the brain using the sensory neurons that are mimicking a rippling effect that is a mirror effect that works on the motor neurons in your brain, which is oscillating, creating a mirroring effect in the gut, giving you the gut feeling that is your go time, Death Star moment of manifestation, magic, healing. That's it. And then it's a rippling effect. Know that your thoughts shift and change your reality instantly. Everything you're doing, when you use the emotion as a disturbance, that's why we have emotion versus virtue, it just becomes one with everything. That's why we do the Death Star moment. We don't have to contemplate it. We're thinking, you know, you turn on the Way 126, the kinesthetic response is the register. You are there. Get out your wish list. Make it happen. Think it in your mind. Say it with your words, audibly or inaudibly, and it will be so. It's that simple. You just need to synchronize. And that all comes back to the neurology of the body, guys. There are no exceptions to the rule. Don't be twisted. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Instantaneously. If you can shift and change someone's mental, emotional state through their neurology, which goes on in all different types of modalities, all different types of therapy healings, that's just surface stuff. Yet it happens immediately, because that's all it takes. That's what's necessary. That's it. And so the idea you're going to ramp up to create a result in your curve of learning, no. No. You got to ramp up in and to create a state of healing. Got to ramp up and create a state of magic. Guess what? All of this stuff happens instantaneously. This is what's going on when you are the field. That realization, you are the field, it's on like Donkey Kong. And the idea that it's so passing, see, for you, it's not that simple. Yes, it is. And you are also speaking your neurology by telling me you think it's not that simple. They're your words, not mine. It starts from the seed. We make sure within the Way 126 that we move the conscious to unconscious program and move it to one. That process is as one. We create an awareness within your sensory perception to your electromagnetic field, the rippling effects of that neurology within your body, and gives you the kinesthetic response that is the answer to everything. There is no contemplation. There is realization. That means contemplation, thinking, realization, knowing. Oh, yeah, that's simple. That's it. End of story. So the mechanics are there. The understanding is there. And we're going to unleash it on the world so that we can be the baddest, badass mofo manifestors right here, right now. For everyone. No exceptions. Don't get it twisted. Always listen. The answer is in the action or inaction. Okay? Let's go deeper on that. What did Sifu just say? What? The answer is in the... Look, let's use this. Okay, so take anybody. Anyone you know. John down the street, your wife, grandma, your next door neighbor, whatever it is. And do the lie test. You want to sniff out a liar as quick as flies to do. It's really simple. Ask someone a fundamental question about something that you know and watch them answer the question. Less is more. More is less. You're getting closer to the answer when they have a little to no response to your question. When they elaborate on the answer, they're lying. That's a real secret sauce one. That might even be to some private and government agencies that we don't want to know about. Private and public, there you go. That's the secret sauce. You can quickly be the lie detector, the psychic, when people are what we would call the expression long-winded. You want to sniff out a liar straight up? Again, pick it. Anybody. Grandma, brother, sister, wife, husband. Ask them a question. And the length of the answer will determine if they're lying or not. It's that simple. It's the psychic lie detector 101. Comes right from the scripture of the Tao Te Ching. When you act in virtue, you have none whatsoever. That's a rippling effect of what I just said. That's simple. Test it out. By the time you do it for the 10th time, you'll be like, oh my God, Sifu gave me this lie detector test that I use on everyone all day long, and I cannot believe how many people are liars I'm surrounded by liars. Yeah. And even if you, say for example, you're not even aware of the answer, the response that someone gives you, the longer it is, the more it's going to smell. That's just a fundamental fact of neurology. Be very clear on that, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. So the fun fact of lie detecting, realization, you are a human lie detector, is the short of the message, the 99% truth. The longer the message, the 99% fallacy. Understand that. It's that simple. And people will do it over and over and over and over again. Go and call up. Here's a great one. Go and call up an electrician and get them to come out and give you a quote on something. And after the fifth one, the variables in prices, due to the fact that most electricians are extortionists in one way, shape, or form, it's sort of like this group collective thing. It's really interesting. It just becomes more and more elaborate. And you find these quotes that are like, they've gone from $1,000 to $10,000, and it just keeps getting better and better the more quotes you get. Long to short, lie detector 101. You just got a nugget today. And now you are psychic. You don't have to worry so much about the body language, the way the eyes move, the respiration, a lot of these indicators that people give you. The linguistics speaks of volumes. You will get everything you need to know about someone's linguistics, and you become the psychic, the visionary, the clairvoyant instantly. So,
I was just going to say, being that most people are run by their unconscious and don't even realize that the unconscious doesn't lie. So you're getting all that information from the unconscious, even though they might be saying, no, look over here. And there's a giant red flashing arrow that like is blinding your eyes right now. It doesn't matter what they say. You can see it.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, you know, the good old fashioned, have you ever seen someone do muscle testing? This is in line with a lot of things that sort of relate to other illusionists, mentalists, hypnotists, other type of therapy modalities. And you're using the neurology, you're using the synchronization and the oscillation of the truth of your unconscious just by your physical action. So muscle testing is an example, but you can use what they call ideomotor sequences that are something that have would be referred to as the unconscious response, giving you an instant answer. A lot of people that use that are psychics, are tarot card readers, are people that use those weird-ass tuning sticks that they use to find water. You are tapping into the frequency of the energy, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, and that is giving you the answer, and every answer 100% of the time, all day, every day, and that's in your unconscious, which is the fifth dimension that people just say, oh no, it's just nothing, they're all just programming, you're not getting, oh my goodness, so much to learn. So when you start using these functions to create the response, and here we have it, just briefly going over something when it comes to energy, because we are energy, we're all energy, frequency, vibration. We're talking about the groundbreaking roots. We spoke of it briefly, the Yellow Emperor who discovered and was basically the mastermind behind Qigong and energy in of itself, the cultivation of energy, thousands of years before Lao Tzu was even walking this earth, and then turned into an immortalized version of himself, being supreme purity. We have the Yellow Emperor, one of my first teachers. And let me tell you, incredible, because understanding the mechanics of how to draw the energy, how to manipulate the energy, how to focus the energy any which way you want, using your attention, intention, and of course the fundamentals of Nigong, which is the training system that we use within Taoism, that wherever your mind goes is moving energy with your mind, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. That's the magic right there. And that's where we tap into everything, right down to a proton, all the way up to not just the proton at the subatomic level, up to, the cells, the mitochondria, the DNA, everything is hooked up to energy. Everything has a 0.07 millivolts of electricity, guys. And when they're oscillating and they're concentrated with this being controlled by this, going to this, going out here, going through ever, you can move the energy any which way you want, whenever you want, however you want.
Woo.
So, understand this. This has been an interesting day going over the fundamentals, understanding where they came from. You got a few nuggets there. The understanding from a proton level of how you synchronize yourself with the field to be the field, that you are the field. And of course, there is an ebb and flow. So you don't manifest when the tide is low. You manifest when you jump the wave. Guys, so you can go on. That's where you get the, and I was going back to that. That's what I was trying to explain when I have all these different types of people that have been students of mine over the years, doctors of anything and everything you can imagine, because their stuff ain't working. And they always come back to the source. And there's nothing more powerful than the energy and hooking into the energy and being able to concentrate and isolate the energy. Nothing. Use that with spirit. You can do anything. You access as you are the field, and you can do anything.
And we do.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You would not even believe the realization that we have on a daily basis, because that's how we live. That's how we live. That's how we breathe. That's how we operate. That's just the truth. And so we went over the little lie detector. We went over the fundamentals and understanding the source of Qigong energy, Nigong energy, quantum physics, epigenetics, understanding the integration of those 4 things, 11 herbs and spices, give you what is necessary with a visual audible experience within the 126 experience, which creates a kinesthetic charge that is the go time, which is the synchronicity, the realization you are the field, and manifest all day, every day, heal all day, every day, magic all day, every day. That is your experience, and that's what will take place when you are supercharged.
Synchronized.
That's in of itself the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so enough of the being concerned with the thinking, just the knowing. The thinking, you can go all day, every day, go down the rabbit hole. The kinesthetic charge is this body. That's your tuning fork. That's the thing that gives you the register that you realize, I'm the field, blammo. All day, every day. You are synchronized. You're ready to go. Put it out there. Manifest what you want. Done. Heal what you want. Done. Create magic however you want. Done. It's that simple. And so we've gone over a lot. We've gone over the basis of an understanding in more detail about not chasing after the identity shifting stuff and realizing that you are the field, and that's it. That's it. Go time. You're on. Your senses have now been multiplied. 9 senses, 18, 27, 36. It just keeps going on. There is no limit. None. Limitless. So, I want you guys to take that away with you. Use the little psychic liar detector 101. It will blow people away, and you will not be disappointed. That's our gift from us to you. And of course, using the ancient practices of synchronicity, that handbook through the stages of synchronicity, and then of course using that with the way 126 experience, you are the field, and there's nothing that cannot be accomplished or created in your reality.
It's magic.
It is magic. So with that said, any closing thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, I think that the surfing analogy is really powerful and a good way for people to really understand that it's like you want that perfect wave. That's the wave you ride. That's where you get the high, the experience, the supercharge. And being there is where the success of your manifestation truly happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So don't feel discouraged if you keep trying to ride every little baby wave that goes past you, or every little wave, and you miss it and you miss it and you miss it. When you hit that one where you feel it, it will happen.
Right. And that's the mistake. This is the part, people get caught up in the emotions. That's the disorder. That's the identity. That's the disorder. That's the thinking. That's the time-wasting stuff. Let's cut through the BS and get down to the brass tacks, the realization you are the field, and, that abundance, infinite, limitless, timeless oneness that is the black hole that is within you at a proton level, and it just synchronizes with everything that is the oneness that accesses the light, the information, the energy instantly. I think we went over a lot. I think it was very informative, transformative, and look out for our short form, mid form this week, which will go into it, the myth buster of this manifestation. I want to call it plague or some type of virus, because people fall short. And once again, I'm going to go back to what I was saying. You get all these people with all these modalities, they don't work because it comes from the individual. Your realization is your truth. Your truth is the only truth you need to be concerned with. And if you do not, you're the validator. You're the one who tells me if it's real or not. I'm not telling you that. This is your unique experience. That's why the kinesthetic response is so powerful, so important, the neurology, because that's the validation to you to know it's true. And so you can go and learn all these different things: acupuncture, massage, herbology, energy, even chiropractic, whatever it is. If you cannot manifest it into your reality, and it is limited by your belief system, because it all is just the mechanics of acupuncture. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that have all the mechanics down of and having a doctorate in Chinese medicine, and they couldn't acupuncture their way out of a paper bag. And it's literally a system. Put the needle here, do this, do that. And they manifest one obstacle after another, after another, after another. It all ends and starts with you. All of it. Remember that. So with that said, I want to thank my co-host, High Priestess Jade. This has been an amazing day. Take your lie detector test and blow people's minds. They're not going to like you very much after this, but then you will realize who you're really surrounded by, and realize that you are limited by you. That's why the truth is always what you believe. And that's the only truth you need to be concerned with. And with that, I am your humble servant and Sifu, Taoist Master San Quinn, signing off. And I'll see you on the next one, guys.